Who influenced you? Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. Let me adjust this a little bit here. Hi, welcome. I was looking through these little cards, these influencer cards that I use once in a while to come up with a topic to cover, because I could find a way to move it into the concept of business, which we talk a lot about here because I'm a business investor. And what I'm really looking for is the right type of people. It's funny, when you call yourself a business investor, people think it's all specifically numbers. And for me, it's more about finding business owners, finding business-minded people that come from a similar background and so forth. So sometimes talking just about being people helps me to kind of give my message out there to reach the right people, and it allows me to see how other people are like. So this is the question for today. Who had the most influence on you growing up? Once again, this is from the Icebreaker pack. You can find this over on Amazon. It's a whole list, a bunch of cards that you can use. This is by Best Self. I don't get paid for these or anything. I like using them. They're fun. So who had the most influence on you growing up? And this took me a second to kind of to kind of digest a little bit, but it really came to me in comparison to most. My family influenced me the most growing up, and I think more so than most people. And I think it was because I had grandparents that lived nearby that we saw on at least a weekly basis. And my parents kind of held us close. They were very careful, more so than most. They were pretty careful about where we went, who we hung out with, what we were exposed to at what age. And so because of that, it was a good thing for me. Now that's not necessarily would be a good thing for a lot of people. If your family has some major issues, then that could be really damaging if they're the main ones influencing you. And I think you can see that whoever influenced you the most growing up really helped guide whether you went the right way or the wrong way in life. And hopefully you've been able to correct if you did go the wrong way. I mean, we all go the wrong way to some extent. But I was kept away from a lot of the issues that a lot of other people my age went through because I was influenced more by my family than I was by my peers, more influenced than by celebrities or anybody of that stature, you know, anybody that you would put up on a pedestal. I did not have as much of that growing up as I think most people did, and it's helped save me from a lot of things that I don't think I would have survived. A lot of people can go through a whole heck of a lot, and my personality, I don't think I would have survived a whole lot of that. You could say it could be partially because I was sheltered. I don't know. Either way, I'm happy with where I'm at right now. I'm happy for the things, even the bad things I've gone through, and a whole lot of that is based off of my connection with my family. So I'm very thankful for that. Who influenced you the most growing up? And was that a good thing or a bad thing in your life? I'd love to find out. Leave a comment wherever you're watching or listening to this. That's all I have for today. Simple idea, but influence is one of those things that doesn't just stop when you grow up, right? It keeps going. Obviously, those are your formative years, but everything is influencing you 24/7. I'll toss another thing on there. What influences you? Who influences you the most right now that you know of? Who is really guiding you the most? Who do you get the most out of? Is it someone who even knows you, or is it an online personality? Is it I'm just saying that because we're here online talking. Is it perhaps an author? Perhaps it could be a number of people, a politician. I don't know. Who influences you the most right now in your life? Love to find out. And how's that compare with who you were influenced by as a child? Influence is one of those things that it's kind of a pet interest of mine, because so much of what happens in marketing and the communication aspect of life and business is all about influence. It's all about whose eyeballs and ears that you've got, that you're in touch with. Who are you communicating with? Who are you tossing your offer out to on a regular basis? Whatever that may be, whether you're in business or whether you're fighting for a cause or anything of that sort. All these are kind of out there questions, but it all brings back to an idea that I really enjoy right now, which is the idea of content marketing. Content marketing is the process of influence. And not necessarily, I'm not saying in a bad way. I think influence sometimes gets a bad rap because we think of influence, kind of almost a hypnotic thing and pressure and everything that comes with influence. And I'm talking about it in a good way. If you can influence people, if you can help encourage people in the right direction in their lives, hopefully what you're doing for a business or whatever it is that you're attempting to promote in life, you're already, hopefully you're pushing them in the proper direction. So I'm going to assume that's the case and tell you that content marketing is a great way of go about doing it. It's really tough to get attention, but it's even tougher to keep attention. Part of what makes that happen is when you start opening up, not the fact that people just know you, but that they end up liking you and trusting you, and that can all be done via content marketing. Now, it's not right for everybody. How do you know whether you should or shouldn't go into content marketing? There's not a whole lot out there on that, except that, which is why I put together this training, which is should we even do content marketing? You can go and get that training over at contentmarketingquestion.com. That's all I've got for tonight. You have a good one. We'll be back tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.